today's video. I've got another great stretching video coming up for you. So I've been getting back into training and I've been doing a lot of squatting, and my lower back and my hips have been really tight. So I figured I would share my lower body protocol with you guys from the Go WOD Mobility First app. So all I do is select daily protocol, and then I can choose what flow. I chose lower body just because my hips have been super tight, and that never really feels good when you're cleaning and when you're snatching or squatting. And then today I'm gonna go for 22 minutes. So this is gonna give me a wide range of exercises to help open up my lower back and to help open up my hips. So the first one we're gonna start with, I absolutely love. It is a 3-minute stretch. 3-minute stretches are probably my favorite because it allows you time to focus on your breathing and just to kind of let go and melt into the stretch. So the first one we're gonna do is called the prayer. So I'm gonna hit start on my app. For the prayer, I'm gonna place both of my hands on the ground, and then I'm just gonna sit my hips back, trying to get them on my heels. From here, I'm gonna think about breathing and just sinking into this stretch, keeping my head nice and neutral. Okay, so next I'm gonna go into a Samson Lunge plus reach. So what that's gonna look like is, first I like to think of it as 2 pieces. I'm gonna step forward and I'm gonna drive my hips down and forward. So I'm opening up my back hip flexor, but I wanna keep my shoulders over my hips, and then I'm gonna take my hands, open them up, and then I'm gonna reach over towards the knee that is at a 90-degree angle. And I'm just gonna keep driving down and forward. If you have to take a break with your arms, that's okay. Just keep reaching up and leaning over, and this is gonna open up all through this front quadrant and feel amazing. So I'm gonna hold 1 minute per side. Whew. Okay, feels so good. My left side's always a lot tighter. So next I'm gonna go into a pigeon position. So now I'm just gonna drop one leg under. Think about extending my back leg as far as I can. And I like to try to sit my outside hip towards the floor. So that way I'm not putting all this pressure on my knee, but I'm actually opening the outside of my glute by sitting my hip down, and I hit my start button, and just keep my chest as tall as I can. So I'm continuing to drive my hips down and forward. I'm holding this one for 1 minute each side. I could hold this one all day in this position. All right, for the pigeon, you might notice one leg is tighter than the other. That's okay. My left hip is always tighter, and that's the side of my back that will tend to bother me. So I like to make sure I spend time opening that up as well. But next, we're gonna have our V sit. So I'm going to hit next, come into a V position, and this one we're gonna hold for a total of 2 minutes. So you can use pillows, you can just kind of slowly let yourself fold into this, but we should feel this all through our inner thigh, and just reaching forward and breathing into this stretch. This is one that I notice a huge difference. When I squat, I like to try to use my adductors or my inner hamstring for stabilization, and we shouldn't be doing that. We should be using our glutes and our hamstrings. So this one helps me relax and open up those muscle groups. And I love to do this one before bed. So spending 2 minutes here with my Go WOD app, ideally getting my forearms and my chest towards the floor the more that I work on this, but I'm definitely a work in progress. And for 2021, this is gonna be one of my main goals. All right, when my time is up, next is going to be a forward fold. This one is super simple and super underrated. This is a great stretch, not only for the entire posterior, so your hamstrings, I feel it all the way down to my calves, but your lower back as well. So we're gonna spend 2 minutes in this position, just reaching for our toes. I like to tuck my chin towards my chest, so that way I can feel it all the way through my lower back, all the way down my posterior chain. And the key here is to breathe, because it's actually super uncomfortable if you're tight like I am. So just breathing into this, trying to relax and let go of everything from the day. All right, so next is gonna be my quad stretch. I love this stretch. So you're gonna need some sort of a mat. You could use a pillow cushion and do this on a couch. But basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring our knee onto this mat, and then we're gonna think about having a 90-degree position with our front leg, And the key here is I see people do this in the gym all the time. They get into this position and then they lean forward and they're talking to their friends or they're texting or they're doing whatever they're doing. This is doing me no good. I wanna make sure that I'm thinking about pushing my hips slightly forward. Pause. Pushing my hips slightly forward. So that way I get this really good stretch all the way down through my knee and it feels good on my hip flexor and my quad. So just opening everything up, just holding until my 1 minute per side is open, but 1 minute per side is up, but let's just make sure that we are not leaning forward because we're not gonna get the stretch that we want. If this is too intense for you, then we can move our knee away from the wall and that's not gonna be quite as intense of a stretch. The closer we can get this knee to the wall, the more intense we will feel the stretch. All right guys, so we've got the Piriformis Stretch next. So, this one is excellent. Sometimes we get this pain or this sore muscle right through our glutes. What we're gonna do is straighten one leg and we're just gonna hold and hug and rotate, looking over our back shoulder. So just holding for about 1 minute here. You should feel this all the way through your hip. Just getting a nice good stretch so that we can loosen up our hips, loosen up our piriformis, and it doesn't get too tight on us. So that way it keeps firing and we feel good when we're squatting. So I'm hitting my other leg. This leg is super tight. I'm not rotating as far because just hugging my knee into my chest and keeping my torso facing forward, I feel a bit of a deeper stretch. So just kind of play with it, see if you need to rotate. If you feel like that makes you feel better, that's fine too. Otherwise, just hug your knee in tight and you should feel that stretch all the way down through your glute. If you do a lot of running, biking, this is gonna be really great for you as well. So the final stretch that we have is we have our scorpion stretch. I love this stretch. We do this almost every day in the gym. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come down and then from here, we're gonna bring one leg up and over. And we're just gonna hold in that position, focusing on pressing our front shoulder through the ground, stacking out our shoulders and hips. All right, I'm gonna work through this for 1 minute. Just gently rolling back and forth, stacking out my shoulders and hips. And what you're gonna notice is it's gonna give you a really nice spinal rotation and it's gonna feel really, really good on your lower back. And you also can get a great pec stretch out of this. Just holding, or not holding, because we're not holding the position, but we're gonna be moving back and forth in that stretch for a total of 1 minute. If it feels really good, maybe go for 2. It's not gonna hurt you. Just think slow and controlled. Work on your breathing throughout that entire stretch. Stretching is super important because it's gonna help us take care of our bodies. And it's so important for all of you to take care of your body because it's gonna help with longevity and health and fitness and wellness and sport and keeping your body functioning and flowing and feeling so good. It's not necessarily going to prevent you from becoming injured, but it will help. And it will help you move better, which in the end can help with injury prevention. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I tried to tell you the time frames that I hold each of these stretches. You don't have to do every single stretch. You could pick 3 of your favorites and incorporate them into a routine 3 to 4 times a week. And that's really gonna help you loosen your hips up, loosen up your lower body, and hopefully help you feel better in the gym, running, biking, cycling, whatever it is that you're doing, or just walking, hanging out with your kids. Hopefully it'll just make you feel better. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash the like button. Check out all of our programs in the bio. Drop any comments on any stretching videos, mobility, accessory movements, anything that you guys want to see. Pat and I would love to bring those for you. Have a great day.